friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Allison Clarke and I'm a senior portrait and wedding photographer based out of Southern New Hampshire, and I'm also an educator for those who are just starting their own photography businesses and want to learn a little bit more on how to boost them and serve their clients better. Today is the day that I launch my senior spokesmodel team application for the class of 2023, so I figured what better video to make than some tips and tricks on what to include in your very own spokesmodel team applications for those of you who are senior photographers looking to start your own spokesmodel teams. Over the past several years of running my own spokesmodel program in my senior photography business, I have learned the ins and outs of what to include in an application and specifically what to look for to make sure that I am building a team that speaks to me and my business and will represent me well. For those of you who don't know what a spokesmodel team is, it is a team of seniors in high school who represent the face of your business and have multiple shoots with you throughout the year and basically are your little marketing team as they spread the word to their friends and family about your business in order to get you referrals. I think that spokesmodel teams are a fabulous way to market your business, especially if you're new to the senior photography market. It's a great way to kind of hit the ground running and gain traction quickly, as you'll have a group of seniors who are there to spread the word to their friends who they are more in touch with than maybe you are, as you're a little bit more removed from the high school scene. But before we dive into the 5 things that I think you should include or look for in your senior spokesmodel application, I just wanted to remind all of you portrait photographers that I have a free download linked below on tips for posing your clients more naturally and confidently, which will only improve your client experience and the outcome of your images overall. So if you haven't snagged that free download yet, like I said, it is linked in my description, so just go click that link. It is completely free and you should snag your download if you haven't yet already. But without further ado, let's get into the 5 things that I think you should include, or that I include, in my senior spokesmodel application / what to look for when you're reading through applications. Number 1, I always ask in my application what high school the senior goes to. This is kind of obvious, but I wanted to mention it because over the past couple of years, I've truly realized the importance of having only one girl or one senior from each high school in the area. My very first year, I chose 4 girls from the same high school, and at the time, I thought, oh, well, this makes sense because a lot of the seniors that I photograph are from this exact area, so having a lot of girls from that area will be really helpful. But it actually made it very difficult for the girls to gain referrals, as I do have a referral system that helps them gain refunds for the cost that they provided to be on the team. So it was really difficult for them to gain referrals, and it was really difficult for them to feel motivated to try to gain referrals because they felt like they were competing for the same market. So since then, I have learned the importance of, as I'm growing my team, to make sure that I have no more than 2. I still sometimes have 2, but I try to just have one senior from each high school to make sure that, first of all, I am not trying to double, triple, quadruple dip into the same market, but also because I have learned, especially with girls, sometimes there might be bad blood between people in school, there might be old friendships or old drama. So when you are introducing this team to each other, it's best to have girls that don't know each other yet, that are from completely different areas, towns, cities, whatever you want to call it, that are just meeting each other for the first time and can become fast friends, and there's no prior history that you're having to deal with when you're building your team. The second thing that I ask about in my application is extracurriculars or hobbies. One of the things that I look for in the girls or the seniors that apply for my spokesmodel team is that they're super involved in either their school or their community. I like to see that they play a sport, or that they're involved in theater, or that they volunteer. Maybe they're involved at church or something like that. I want to make sure that they are involved in their community in some way, because that's only going to strengthen my reach. If they are involved in a school sport and then maybe they volunteer at this place outside of their school, or they do this sport with the town recreation and not with the school, then that's just going to expand their reach as they know more people and can talk to more people about me. Instead of girls who maybe just don't do an extracurricular or only do things with their school, they're going to have a much smaller reach than those who branch out and do a lot of things. So I like to to look for seniors who are really involved in their communities and their schools, who do a lot, and it also just kind of proves that they're outgoing, that they like to be involved in things, which is the kind of senior that I am looking for my team. The third thing that I ask about in my application is style. So if you have not heard the buzzword ideal client before, it is pretty much what it sounds like. It is the client that you would most like to work with, that you work the best with, that you would like to share the most about on social media or on your website, who you want to attract. So for me, I like to attract really lighthearted, joyful, bubbly girls who may be just a little bit girly. You know, they like to twirl in dresses and stuff, and they like to put outfits together that are really fun. You know, they care about fashion and stuff like that. That's the kind of senior that I enjoy working with the most, the ones that are really excited for their senior year, excited for their senior session, like being in front of a camera, like having fun with other girls, like putting together creative outfits and trying new things and being adventurous. That's kind of my ideal client when it comes to senior photography. So I like to ask about style because I've had girls in the past mention specific stores that they like to shop at or the kinds of outfits that they put together, and that gives me some insight into whether or not they might fit well with my ideal client, as this is a senior that I'm going to be photographing many times throughout their senior year, and I'm going to hopefully post about a lot on social media as I post about the team during the multiple shoots that we have throughout their senior year. So I want to make sure that they are a good fit for me and my brand, and if they have a different kind of style, if they're maybe a little bit more grunge or sporty, that's totally okay, but it might just not be the best fit for my team. So I like to ask that question just to make sure that they are a good fit and that they're going to mesh well with the rest of the team. The fourth question that I ask is why they want to be a part of the Spokesmodel team, and I think that this is a super important question and is super telling into the kind of person that they are and their motivations behind applying. One of my favorite things about my team is the relationships that my seniors build with each other throughout their senior year. They really do become good friends. They stay in touch through college. I stay in touch with them. We really become a close-knit, bonded group. And so I want to make sure that the girls who are applying for the team want that they see that that's what happens when they're on the team, that they make friends, that they get to meet people from other schools and other backgrounds, and that is one of their main motivations behind applying for the team. And of course, I want someone who's going to be comfortable in front of a camera, who likes, making new outfits and posing for the camera and stuff like that, because they're going to be doing that a lot, but I don't want that to be their only motivation. So sometimes in the past I've had girls who say something along the lines of they've always wanted to model, they love being in front of a camera, and that's all they really talk about. And then I also have had girls who mention that kind of thing, that they like being in front of a camera, but they also really are excited about the possible friendships that they're going to build, and that's what I like to look for in that answer. I also love when I have girls talk about things like body image or confidence, and how in the past they've seen the confidence of my past spokesmodels grow throughout their senior year, and they want to push themselves outside of their comfort zone. They want that kind of thing, and that really warms my heart to read as well. So that's the kind of motivation that I like to see behind applying for the team, and not just the desire to be in front of a camera and get hundreds of images throughout their senior year. The fifth question that I like to ask on my application is, are you comfortable with posting frequently on social media and advertising about ACP? Because in past years, in the beginning of my Spokesmodel team journey, I didn't ask this question, and although it is a requirement to be on the team to be able to post at least once a month about the team or about Allison Clarke photography, I have had girls who don't like to post as much, and it's a little bit difficult to get them to post each month. So I always like to screen them. It's kind of like a pre-screening. I want to make sure that they are comfortable with posting on social media. And I mean, a little bonus question too is asking them for their social media handles, and if they are public, you can see how many posts they have, how often they post. Stuff like that is also a really good tell if they are comfortable with posting on social media. I don't mind if my seniors post on their feed or on their stories, as long as they're posting frequently and talking about the team and sharing about the friendships and stuff like that. So if they say that they are comfortable posting on social media, that they love to be on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, then that is also a really good sign that they might be a good fit for the team, as they are basically my little marketer. So I want to make sure that they're comfortable with things like that. But those are the 5 most important things that I ask on my Senior Spokesmodel Team application. If you have any questions about Senior Spokesmodel Teams or my application, just let me know in the comments below or shoot me a DM on Instagram at Allison Clarke Photography. I am more than happy, as always, to answer any questions that you guys might have. Make sure to drop a like if this video was helpful to you, and subscribe if you want to be notified every Friday when I come out with new videos. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, make sure to snag that free download that is linked in my description if you haven't yet. It is a total game changer for portrait photographers and senior portrait photographers in specific. So if you haven't gotten that free download, definitely check out the link in the description and snag yours. Thank you as always for tuning in today, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I can't wait to see you all next Friday.